Hi everybody, my name is Heather Maddox and I am the Youth Services Librarian at the Dunwoody Library, and I love to make crafts. And today I'm going to show you how we can make a butterfly. And you can either, when we're done, make this butterfly into a little puppet so you can play with him, or we can just put a hole in the top of him and you can hang him from your window so he looks really pretty. And let me show you, for starters, the supplies that we will need. They're right here on a list. So we're going to need some colored paper, like this pink paper I have right here. We're going to need some markers, got a whole stack of them. We're going to need a hole punch, just like this, just a regular hole punch. But if you don't have one, you can punch a hole in your butterfly with a pointed pencil. We're going to need a chenille stem. You might also have heard them referred to as pipe cleaners. Got some right here. We're going to need some colored paper or gift wrap. So I just had a whole bunch of like old wrapping paper right here that's, you know, pretty colors, and I have some more just various paper, whatever colors you like, whatever you have on hand. And if you don't have a lot of colored paper, you can even draw like red or blue or green or orange on paper in random shapes and then cut it out. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is to take all of your paper, like I have right here. And so I'm taking my paper. Let me show you, put the camera down so you can see what I'm doing better. And so I have all of my paper, and I'm just going to cut it into some long strips, about 1 inch wide. So just a long strip. And then I'm going to cut that into some little squares. They don't have to be perfect. And sometimes your wrapping paper might even have little squares outlined on the back to help you cut. But it certainly doesn't have to be perfect. We're just making several squares. There we go. And I have already ahead of time cut several squares to save time making this. So I'm going to add them to my pile. That's what you just keep doing. You just keep taking paper and cutting it into a long strip, and then cutting that into little squares. And when you're done, I have this big pile here of little squares that I've already cut up. So that will help us make the mosaic part. But first we're going to need a butterfly. So let me get a marker. I have a nice blue one here, and I'm going to make my butterfly. So I have my colored paper here, and I'm going to draw a letter C in the top corner. Just like that. And then I'm going to make an even bigger letter C right on the bottom of that. There we go. And then right next to this other C that I drew, I'm going to draw another big C. There we are. Starting to look like a butterfly. And then one more C. And they don't quite meet in the middle, but that's okay. We can just draw one more little line, and now they do. So we have our butterfly shape, and we can start cutting him out. And that nice blue marker line will help you with your cutting. I figured this butterfly would be a nice springy little critter to make because I love springtime, and it's so nice right now to see all of the flowers and the sunshine. Almost there. All right, so I have my butterfly shape right here. And now I'm going to draw him a body. So I have a big brown marker right here, and I drew a long oval down the center of my butterfly, and I'm going to color it in. But you can use whatever color you like. And now I'm going to take a glue stick, have one right here, and I'm going to spread a bunch of glue all over my butterfly. If you don't have a glue stick, that's okay. You can use glue from a bottle, but I like to use a glue stick because it doesn't make quite as much of a mess. All right, so I have a whole bunch of glue on here. And now we can make the mosaic. So I just have a bunch of these little pieces of paper. I got blue and white and pink and gold, just all kinds of paper of different colors. And I am gluing them on here. It doesn't really matter the pattern. And if your glue suddenly starts to not really be sticky, then you can put a little bit more glue on there. Okay, and I have some different colors down here on the bottom. Let me grab a few of those. Almost there. I think we're getting to the point where my glue has started to dry over here. So let me glue him a little bit more. All right, so he's sort of starting to look like a butterfly, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip him over, and I'm going to get my scissors, and I'm just going to kind of snip around all of the edges where some of the little edges of my papers are sort of sticking out and making a funny shape. So especially over here. And this will help your butterfly have some nice definition when he is hanging up. And get this other little bit right there and just cut it off. There we go. And now he's starting to look like a butterfly. And so I'm going to take my hole punch and I'm going to punch a hole in the top right up here where my butterfly's antenna need to go. There we go. And if you don't have a hole punch, you can use something sharp like the point of a pencil, for example. You could use that to help you poke through your paper. And so now you're going to take your chenille stem and we're going to bend it into a U shape, just like that. And then we're going to take our butterfly and we're going to take the chenille stem and loop it through there and bend it. There we go, and now he has some antenna, but we can go ahead. I'm going to curl mine a little bit, so there we go. He has some antenna. All right, and I'm going to give my butterfly a smile because I just realized that he doesn't have a smile, and that's no fun. So I'm going to use this little marker over here. It's a gray marker and a little scrap of paper. If you happen to have some wiggly eyes at home, you can skip this step that I'm doing and just glue on wiggly eyes, but I don't have any of those. So I just drew some little eyes for my butterfly with one of my art markers, and I'm just going to cut them out really quickly. I just used one of those little tiny scraps of paper that I already had just to save some time. All right, and I have a little eye right there. Okay. So now I have these two little teeny tiny eyes, and I'm going to grab that glue stick one more time, and I'm going to glue some eyes on my butterfly. And I'm going to give him a little popsicle stick too. I'm putting a whole bunch of glue on my popsicle stick, and I'm going to put it on my butterfly. And voila, I have a butterfly. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you at the library soon.